back to Daydream Believers with Elle and Elle. How the hell are you, Elle? Baby.
I'm going swell. I'm going swell.
Can you move?
Yeah, I know. I can't. Is it here? I don't know.
Just slightly. Yeah. Okay.
Is it still working?
Yes, it's working.
That one time I touched it and it wrecked.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I do remember that.
I'm going swell. So we've been starting our Lord of the Rings challenge, or not challenge.
Yeah.
But the whole my journey into the Rings of the Lords. And I've discovered that this whole entire week and a half we've been doing this, that I cannot stop speaking.
Like what exactly?
Like
you
not
keep
like Lord of the Rings.
Because I'm like, that doesn't sound like any character in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not talking like anyone specifically from the Lord of the Rings. Although I do sound like Gollum on a normal day, like in my own time. And I'm more just like I keep speaking. I don't know what it is about the word Lord. You say it in a certain way, and then now everything I say from this point onwards is just in the same way you would say the word Lord, you know?
Lord.
So I would say the word Lord like that, and now I keep talking to everyone. Like I work as a school photographer, and I keep talking to all the children as like
the children.
The children. I keep speaking to them in a way where I'm like, and will you go over there, young child? Like, oh, okay, how are you doing? Top of the morning to you, young man. Like, I keep speaking like that to them. And it's good because it's making them giggle at 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's
nice.
Fine. But
everyone needs a giggle at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm really noticing that, like, I really can go into an accent way too easily. And I'm trying to understand, but it's like, it doesn't even have to be a real accent. It doesn't have to be any, like, why am I doing this? What? Is it like a coping strategy? What is this?
I think you're just inspired. You're inspired by what you're watching because clearly you're loving it. Tell the people.
I'm enjoying
Tell
it.
the people your experience. Tell the people that you message me every day, desperate to watch the next part. Tell them.
Okay, so we are now at this point in time, as of we're recording, we have finished and completed the first movie, which is The Fellowship. Of the Ring. And we are entering the second movie, which we started watching the other night.
Watched just over an hour.
Watched just over an hour. Elle, then...
May I remind everyone, hang on, we are also watching the extended editions.
And honestly, I do recommend... I've not watched the non-extended editions. However, from what I've been told, the extended editions are probably why I'm enjoying it so much, because they're giving enough context for me to grasp on.
It's very Tolkien.
Yeah.
Tolkien is very present. He's present always because it's Lord of the Rings movies, but you get more lore.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I'm really into it. I fear that I am not giving the emotional... This is my thought process while we're watching, by the way. I'm constantly... This is what is showing me that, like, I obviously live to some degree to serve others, right? Because, like, unknowingly to myself, like subconsciously, like it must have been implanted in me to consciously be thinking about how someone else is experiencing something before I think of my own experience in some scenarios, right? Don't get me wrong, I can be very selfish in other scenarios, let's be fair. I'm not saying I'm a selfless human being, I don't believe in that. But I think that while we're watching, I'm so conscious of the fact that, oh my God, are my emotional responses to these scenes not what Elle wants me to feel?
Look, I can understand that. And it goes both ways. Yes. It's more like, I know I've said that these are like the greatest movies ever. Is she gonna think that? Not that you don't have to think that these are the greatest movies ever, but is it gonna live up to the hype? Because I've not been saying to this for you for like how many years, but also other people around you are like, you haven't watched Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Like, they can't believe it when you hadn't watched it or didn't know anything about it. So part of me was like, is she gonna like it after all this hype?
Yeah. Honestly, I am really enjoying it and I like it. I think there's the element where I'm like, there's the one thing I have noticed is I think if I was a child, like 8 years old, 9 years old, watching this when it came out, and it was... I didn't know that there was going to be a part 2 and a part 3. Like, if I just was like, oh my God, this movie, and I don't know, I think the anticipation for each scene and the like emotions would be higher because I wouldn't, no spoilers, but like what am I, the only person that hasn't watched it, to be fair? But like when something tragic does occur, in my head, I'm feeling the feeling for it, but then straight away it goes, but there's another 2 movies, something else must occur. Like there's no way this person could have.
I mean, that's just...
Yeah, but if I was a little kid watching it for the first time, I wouldn't know that, you know?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I think that there's something I've missed because I didn't get the chance to watch it when I was younger, and I wish that I did watch it when I was younger so I could enjoy I'm enjoying it a lot right now, but I think there's an element where part of the movie experience, for any movie actually, that's especially like trilogies or something that's a story in this kind of way, needs to be experienced without any other knowledge, you know, like without even like without like it needs to be
without
experienced
any like logical thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It needs to be experienced as in its purest form of like, oh my god, I don't know. Where like even when I watched Star Wars for the first time, obviously I knew that like Darth Vader was Luke's father.
Darth Vader, yeah.
Darth Vader. I'm like Darth. Yeah, Darth Vader was Luke's father because it was just known around the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
So it took away from, it's so different. So that's on like a grand scale of it, but this is like a small, like I don't actually know anything about Lord of the Rings, but just alone knowing that there's 3 of them makes me think that like it's making me future pace too much.
Right.
And I feel like I feel like I've robbed myself of the opportunity of enjoying it to its full capacity because I robbed myself of that when I was younger and thinking I was too cool, you know? Am I making sense? I'm still able to enjoy it. I just think there's like a 2%.
You're making sense. You're making sense, but I'm saying this because I know what happens. I feel like it's going to throw you off because it's not expected.
Ah.
Okay, so just very quickly, and spoilers for Lord of the Rings.
No spoiling.
Not for you, you dumbass. For what you've seen so far.
Oh. Oh, don't you understand? I don't want any more spoils.
No, but Gandalf.
Yeah, the Grey.
What happened? Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah.
You watched him fall with the Balrog, and you were like, no, I refuse to believe that he's dead. And you said it many times. I refuse to believe he's dead because there's 2 more movies, and he was main star of
main
this
character.
movie.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when he came back as Gandalf the White,
spoilers for the people who haven't watched it.
These movies are over 25 years old, guys. Come on.
Yeah, fair.
Come on. But when he comes... Okay.
Yeah, when he comes back.
When he does come back, what were your feelings about that?
It confused me the way it went about it because I was like, I don't believe... when you guys eventually watch my reactions, you can see the untrustingness in my face.
Yeah, but... You're untrusting, but was that... What I'm trying to say is, logically, did you think that he was going to come back?
I did. I agreed that he was going to come back. In this capacity, threw me off. And the way he... Something's thrown me off.
So something is still throwing you off about Gandalf?
Yeah, something's still throwing me off about Gandalf. I am not feeling 100% certain about his character right now.
Wow, okay.
And I might be completely off, but something is... in my spidey senses are not feeling... But to be fair, in this current period of time in my life, my spidey senses are not tingling in the right direction anyway. So I could be very off. Okay. And I could be just skeptical of the world, you know? Like,
yeah, I think I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm not speaking further on the topic.
Alrighty, love.
Okay? Just to channel my inner Lord of the Rings accent that you like to use.
Even though it's nothing of the
Even though it's got nothing to do with the Lord of the Rings, I shall stop.
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass. This is one bit at that scene where the scene is amazing. Don't get me. It is, and he is like flame of Udon, and he's freaking awesome Gandalf, and he's like, you shall not pass. The one thing that takes me out of the scene every time I watch it is like when he says you shall not pass, and he gets his staff, and he goes. Like he hits it. The shot from far away after that, he just looks like he's standing there.
Oh, I'm gonna
like it's like you shall not pass, and then he hits it, and then he's just like, Like, it just looks too... I don't know what I'm expecting, but the shot, like, of what he does that breaks the bridge and the Balrog falls, I expect him to have a bit more, like in his stance, but it's very, like, just...
That's the thing. I've noticed
one thing that takes me out, because obviously it's different edits, right? It's different views.
I've noticed in the way that they
film
film the movie, there's a lot of different cameras that it likes to pan out and get everything from an out of view, right? Yeah. And I like it because it gives a lot of perspective for the sizing of the hobbits.
Yes.
My favorite parts of us watching this movie so far, and it's what before I slumber in my nighttime fall. I don't know what the hell I'm see what I'm saying. I keep talking like this. Before I go to sleep at night, I'm like especially the nights that we're watching it, I'm like replaying the movie in my head a little bit. And my favorite parts are when it pans out and it's them like running across the field. And the way they run holding their things is so cute.
And Aragon, I've noticed, and I'll point it out to you, there's a scene where it's a lot more noticeable the way Aragon runs.
Yeah.
But he's like his head goes like side to side. And I can't. Every time he runs, that's all I can see.
I love watching Gandalf at the beginning when Gandalf runs and he's just like flowing. It's just
and he's holding the two. Yeah, it's hard to run when you're holding a sword and a starfell. I don't know if you've tried it, but it's really hard.
They just look so funny. It's so cute.
It's so good. It's so good.
I am enjoying it a lot. And for those of you that haven't watched it at all, before I spoil any further episodes, any further movies for you guys should really get into it because and don't be like me and base it off of the Hobbit movies because it actually people are right. It really doesn't feel the vibe of those at all.
I'll go into like what happened to the Hobbit movies another time.
Yeah, sounds good.
But there were a lot of behind the scenes things that happened that kind of caused the Hobbit to be the way it was.
Interesting.
To be continued.
To be. Or not to be.
To be. Or not to be. Shall we move on to formalities?
Please.
What we do on formalities is this. Elle likes to talk about what she's listening to right now. Elle.
Whoa, I fully forgot about that part. What have I listened to this week?
Yeah, let's go into your Spotify playlist.
Yeah, what have I been listening to this week? Okay.
Yeah, when you turn on Spotify, what's there?
No, I know which song because I thought about it earlier in the week. Okay, so I went to the Bachelor Girl concert last Friday. Right? Bachelor Girl is the band that sings I walked under a bus, I got hit by a train. Yeah. And
yeah.
I know that one. Yeah. I really like the song, right? So I went to that concert. It was like at a local pub in Melbourne. And local pub. She did a cover song of my God, I literally had the song name in my head and now it's completely spaced on me. So she did a cover of Total Control by the Motels.
And that goes.
Let me.
I'm not good with names.
I'm not. I'm not good at singing your songs.
We are a pair. We are a fine pair.
Basically, it's like I'd sell my soul for total control, like that song. Anyway, she was singing it, and at one point in the concert, I was pretty close to her because it was at a pub, right? Mm-hmm. She stopped singing when it got to the Over You part and pointed directly at me, and it was in a moment where I was having a bit of an epiphany, and it felt very like it was a meant to be moment, right?
Nice.
I really needed the moment the other day, and so that song was stuck in my head, and I've been listening to that song on repeat like the last couple of days. Total Control by the Motels. I would highly recommend listening to it. It's actually it's just got a good vibe. Yeah.
Love that.
Would recommend, guys. Would recommend.
Love that. I'm going to listen to that more because I liked what I was hearing.
Yeah, it's a great song. Honestly, a really great song. I'm glad I've rediscovered it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Elle, thank you for that.
No worries.
Thank you for that.
No worries.
All right, now it is time for Song Facts. Song Facts. Gotta get a little Song Facts. Yeah. Elle, would you like me to go first?
Please.
Being that you just spoke.
Yes, being that you spoke.
Being that you spoke. Speak like a news reporter.
You really are good at
Australia.
I can't at all.
All right. Elle, have you heard of the word grease?
Grease is the word.
Grease is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got feeling. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I'm talking about Grease by Frankie Valli.
Oh, it's
most notably used for the movie Grease, which was made for the movie. Let's get that out there. It was made for the movie. It wasn't a song that was out there and they used it for the movie. It was made for the movie.
Sweet.
So originally, when they approached Frankie Valli with this song, because he did not write it, when they approached him with this song, they were like, you can either sing this song or you can sing Beauty School Dropout.
Oh, beauty.
If you wanted to be in the movie. But he ultimately decided to choose, to perform the song Grease for the movie, right? And that role actually went to Frankie Avalon. So 2 Frankies. How about that?
Popular name back in the day.
Oh, yes, of course. The interesting part about the song Grease is who actually wrote it.
Oh, the actual song Grease.
Yes. I had no idea who it was, but it was the Bee Gees.
Oh, what?
He wrote the song.
That is so interesting.
Yes. I had
Bee Gees?
no idea. I had absolutely no idea. And the creators of the movie were like, we love the song, but we don't want your voice on it because your voice is too recognizable.
Yeah, for sure.
We want this song to be its own thing.
Wow. When you think about it, in that time, the Bee Gees were like...
The Bee Gees.
Yeah, and when you think about they've got like the backing track to so many songs, so many movies, sorry. I love Grease.
Me too.
I used to have the Grease soundtrack CD. It was one of my
same.
favorite CDs. And like, there was not a song in there I did not like.
Yeah.
Wow. Except for Sandra D. But then I eventually
liked
it.
I love that song. Elvis! Elvis! Let me be!
Oh, no, not Sandra D. I'm thinking of the Sandy version of Sandra. Look at me, I'm Sandra D. And then she's like sitting in the pond.
Yeah.
Like that part of that one song, I'd be like, skip. But then as an adult, I respect it.
You interrupted my singing to Sandra D.
I'm sorry, continue.
Elvis! Elvis! Let me be! That's all I want to sing anyway.
That pole was far from me, yeah. God, I love that song. That movie is so good.
So good.
I always questioned if I was like a musical theatre kid. And I don't think that I am. But then I think about how much I was obsessed with that and Hairspray. And I'm like,
yeah,
maybe
me too. If I had an ounce more of confidence in my life, I would have been a drama kid.
Yeah.
And I would have become an actor.
I think so.
I would have. I swear to God. I was in drama when I was a kid, separate to school.
Yeah, nice.
You would not think that if you knew me as a person.
Yeah, I can't picture that actually at all.
But if I had an ounce more confidence, I
would have
done it.
There was a part of me that always like wanted to, but the confidence was never there. Never there.
So bad. I felt it within me that was something I could do. But I'm just a little bitch.
A little bitch.
God damn it.
So my song fact, I've noticed when I found this song fact that I've had a real theme the last few weeks of how depressing my song facts have been.
Oh, damn.
Not depressing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did someone die?
Again, yes.
Oh, no, it wasn't suicide.
No, I don't think so this time. So
were they murdered?
No, I'm not sure. We can discover it later. Okay. So it was... The Doors' Riders on the Storm is the song I think.
Oh, that's a great song.
I know, Riders on the Storm. I didn't realize that this was the last song that Jim Morrison had recorded before he passed. And so he passed, I believe, like a week or two after they had recorded the song. Yeah. And
so the song had not come out yet.
Yeah, they had recorded and then he went to France and then passed away a few weeks later. So I think he was found in France in a bathtub.
Yes, I have heard
that.
I
think it was heart failure or something like that, but then there's speculation.
Something related to drugs.
Something speculated that like there was never an autopsy officially, an official autopsy report, and people have speculated that it was like a heroin overdose or something like that. Always bathtubs, toilets of sorts. Like didn't Elvis die in the toilet? Apparently.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Bathrooms.
I mean, it was probably the bathroom.
Yeah, I just feel like, what? Come on.
I'm pretty sure, I mean, not to be grim, but wasn't Whitney Houston in the bathtub as well?
I think maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember as if I was right there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
In general, the song... There's a part and I think I have to re-listen to the song to hear this, but there's parts in the song where Jim Morrison is like you can hear him whispering over his own vocals.
Yeah. And
it's like gives like a nice, apparently it's like a really eerie kind of
it is eerie.
Creepy effect that you wouldn't realize it's just him, like that's what's causing that kind of effect. And it kind of, again, it's like similar to my fact the other week as well, like where it's so interesting that like the song itself can kind of show how do I explain?
Like the prophecy, like what you were saying last
time? The prophecy, not exactly prophecy, but it can kind of like, there's always a song that's somewhat kind of eerie and weirdly like,
and then someone dies.
Yeah, and then something happens.
That was like my song fact last week as well. 3 weeks in a row. We've had song facts about someone and then they died.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shows where our brains are right now. Huh?
Yeah. Apparently he wrote this song as like about his life. And so he considered himself a rider on the storm.
Right.
Like a killer on the road. And it was in reference to a screenplay he wrote called The Hitchhiker, where essentially he was like going to play the role of a hitchhiker who goes on like a murdering spree.
Oh.
Yeah. Very interesting, right?
Yeah.
And then like the lyrics are like, gotta love your man. And like it's seen as a desperate plea to his like then partner, Pamela, which is I think who he was with when he passed away.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting. I was questioning like, how much do I know about Jim Morrison? I feel like I need to do a deep dive on him. Like do you listen to The Doors a lot?
I used to. Because I've got a few of their like LPs.
Yeah.
I've got that main one, you know, that really famous one that everyone uses for, you know, The Doors, blah, blah, blah. The one of Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
But I used to listen to their songs a lot more, but I haven't in a very long time.
Like I've listened to, I don't think I've ever like deep dived into their repertoire. Is that what a word? Do I keep saying that word? Discovery. Yeah. I haven't like fully done a deep dive into it. Maybe I should. Because because every song that I do hear, I enjoy quite a lot.
Yeah. They've got some great songs.
Yeah. Rider on the Storm is a great song as well.
Yeah.
It's got a very like...
Yeah.
It feels like it's raining. Do you feel that feeling when you listen to that song?
Because it does rain.
It does, right?
In the song.
Yeah.
Okay,
that makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, that's my song fact. Let's move along.
I always loved This Is the End.
Yes.
My only friend.
Or that other one.
End.
What's that song?
God,
you know that it can be untrue.
Yeah. Come on, baby, light my fire.
Yeah, I fucking love that song.
That's a good song. All right, shall we get into the meat and beans?
Please.
Meat and beans of today's episode. So we have this random thing between Elle and I where we feel like there are certain things that we don't know, and as adults we should know. And it's really easy to point the finger and blame our parents about it.
And we will.
And we will and we shall.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No.
I'm like, Mom, Dad. So yes, basically we're going to discuss things that we're too embarrassed to admit that we don't fully know.
Yeah.
And it's like things like this in life should be taught in a classroom.
Yeah, I think so. Like just adulting things, not even adulting things, just like, I think as well being like a neurodivergent kid that didn't realize they were neurodivergent.
Yeah.
Like there's also an additional layer of like some things need to be like explained more thoroughly.
Yes.
Or
and
like
I
modeled
wonder if any of the things that we have to discuss are common sense.
Yeah.
But for us it's like
not common sense. Honestly, very little is.
I don't know.
It's crazy for me because I feel like in my life, things that have been common sense to me are not common sense to other people, and things that seem common sense to other people, I'm like, why? Why would I do that? Like,
yeah. I understand.
Yeah, I remember having this conversation with my mum where I was like, you used to always say to me, like, go brush your teeth and wash your face. And then didn't explain to me how to brush my teeth and wash my face. So I didn't understand the purpose of it. I didn't understand how I'm supposed to do it, what the steps should be. So it made
how to thoroughly actually clean your teeth.
Yeah, like how I'm meant to actually do that. And I feel like that's led to like, okay, I'm not going to ask, like it's gotten to a point where I can't really ask you how to do these properly anymore. So I kind of have to work it out. And then it's not till you're an adult and you realize like, oh, flossing should be like this. And when you brush your teeth, you don't just brush like this. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you learn that stuff through TikTok as an adult later. That you've been like brushing your teeth the wrong way this whole time.
Even washing your hair. Like
yes.
I grew up, okay. All right. I grew up thinking that you just wash your hair. Because it's called washing your hair.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until like maybe a few years ago now when TikTok really started to come alive and people were like, did you know you weren't washing your hair properly?
Yeah.
Like those kind of videos where it's really the scalp that is what you're meant to focus on. I don't know.
Yeah.
My mum just washed my hair for me for the first how many years and then I'm like, I don't want you to do it anymore. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then I washed my own hair, but... So there wasn't that discussion, okay, make sure you do your scalp.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what it is. The small, tiny discussion needs to kind of happen.
Yes. So I went for years with not washing my hair right or properly. And that led to other things. Like I felt like I got a dry scalp. Like I had a dry scalp for a lot of my life that I don't know why. I wasn't sure how I had it. But now that I've really discovered how to wash my scalp properly, that is a problem that is less and less and less and less now.
Yeah.
And even the oiliness of my hair, like my hair lasts a lot longer these days because I actually wash my scalp properly.
Exactly. Or like noticing that, okay, I don't need to put conditioner from root to end.
It's only your ends, which makes total sense. But putting conditioner on your roots can irritate your scalp and make your hair go oilier quicker.
Exactly. There's
things I had no idea.
Exactly. And it's like, then it's to bear the question, like, did my mum know? And then I think she probably did, because when I mentioned it to her as an adult, she's like, well, obviously. And I'm like, what do you mean, well, obviously? It's not well, obviously. Like, or like, I know this sounds ridiculous. We've spoken so many times about how I just don't feel ladylike sometimes. Like, domestically, I just struggle, right?
Yeah.
But I swear it's because she'd be like, okay, wipe the table clean. So I'd wipe the table, but no one's taught me like, oh, you should wipe in this direction. No one's like wax on, wax off to me before, right?
Yeah, you need to wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
You need
unless I'm just watching my yaya or my mum do something from a distance, like we're pretty like, they're Europeans, so they can easily be like, come on, let me just do it, and they'll just like take over.
That's story of my life.
So it's like, okay, how do you expect me to learn how to do this? How do I know if you don't give me the instruction?
I think though, in a lot of circumstances, just to give our parents a little bit of grace, it's about learning by example. So for cleaning, for instance, right? Learning how to wipe a table. We've watched our mums do it how many times? 1,000 million gajillion.
Okay, you're expecting me to pay attention.
Yeah, okay, but that's what they're expecting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like usually our kids learn our behaviors, and I've noticed that a lot by my son. Right?
Yeah.
They're mirrors, right? Especially when they're younger, right?
Yeah.
They want to do what you do. So I guess there's a part of them that expected that we would just get it.
Of course, yeah.
But the thing is, you and
I don't get it.
We don't just get things.
And that's what I mean. Like, I can remember the action. I'm like, oh yeah, she did this.
Yeah, I mean,
but do I know what she sprayed it with? Do I know why she did that? Do I know what was the material she was wiping and why that particular spray?
Why that particular spray?
Yeah, like,
why
no,
that
I have
particular
no clue.
material, blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
blah. But you think about it. If you need to wipe a table, you think to anyone else's mind, besides us, they'd be like, oh yeah, it's common sense. You're just wiping a damn table. But the discovery of what you use and like what you're using to clean it, I guess is up to the adult to discover though.
No.
Isn't it? Isn't it though?
No. Because we're talking about, obviously as an adult, yeah, that's up to me to discover now. But I'm saying for the years of up until being a teenager, up until becoming an adult, I still was struggling with those things. Like anytime I would go to like my auntie's house and they'd ask me to help, I'd be like, and I'd be doing something and then again, someone would take it over from me.
Someone would just take it. And
and then I'd be like, okay, like, all right, I'm never going to learn what this is. And then it gets to a point where I'm an adult where I either have to research it myself to understand.
Yes.
But because the fundamentals of cleaning are not there,
yes,
it is difficult for me to even understand because I need to actually be, especially because I am neurodivergent, I really value understanding the why of everything.
Yeah, like why you have to do something.
Yeah, like why I have to do that stuff. And unfortunately, like if now that it's been so long, the importance and the purpose of the why doesn't feel strong enough for me to like click into learning.
It's not ingrained in your childhood.
It's not ingrained. And that's just like a small thing with cleaning, but it comes to like many things.
There's a lot of things.
Even just like social norms of like greeting people when they enter your house or greeting people in general. Like I find that like it took like I don't think my parents, because my parents as well are a little bit my dad's pretty social, but like my parents aren't the type to like, or at least my mum is not the type, not to host, they would host, but like they're very much themselves, right? So the social norms that other people, like you'd go to their house and like the kid would be like, would you like a cup of tea, or like blah blah blah, or like just small, or just even in a conversation with someone at the grocery store, like asking how are you back.
Right.
Like a lot of the things that I think are like neurodivergent traits I have are just purely because I wasn't taught the social norm about them because my parent doesn't do them naturally.
Right. Okay.
But they were taught, but as they've become an adult, they've sort of stopped that. But then me, I didn't have that to model off of. So it's like, oh, like I didn't remember to say how are you to this person because I don't really notice my mum say it. My mum's just like awkward and will be like, yep, I'm good, thanks, and then walk off. So then I'm like, yep, I'm good, thanks, and I walk off.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I was discussing this with someone the other day, and it's like there's a pro and con of this, right? Like there's, especially when it comes to social norms, right? It's like the pro is that because that wasn't already you weren't taught like a generic way of how to socialize. It means that you went out of your way to like learn how to socialize in a way that like you were able to read the room better, you were able to understand people's emotions better, you're able to like pick up on social cues in a different way on your own a bit better.
Yeah.
But the con of that is that you're left to feel like you're behind or that you don't get it.
You feel like you don't get it. And that is the frustrating part. It is for sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess that comes in a general sense of this can cover such a broad things in life. Like it can, for me, like my social interaction issues that I have in schools, okay, just in schools.
In schools only.
In schools. Like I find it's sad for kids that they are like left to their own devices basically when they get to school.
Yeah.
And, you know, it might be different these days. To be continued. I'll see what kind of curriculum my son has during school. But I don't feel like they really touched on like what is expected between friendships at school and definitely not conversations I had at home or like how to approach people and become friends.
Yes.
So that wasn't, I don't remember that happening ever. You basically
as a
have
conversation
to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
And for someone like me who struggled with it, I feel like I would have really benefited if someone had just said to me, you know, if you just went up to someone and said, hello, my name is Elle, you know, is it okay if I sit with you?
Yeah.
That could have changed the entire, like, experience that I had in primary school especially.
Exactly.
Just someone... So I think some kids just need that extra encouragement and extra teachings of this is how we do things.
Yeah,
this is how you can, this is something that's going to benefit you. Why don't you try it this way?
Yeah, and having that little bit of patience to like just sit there, because I think especially from a neurodivergent sense, like you need repetition, you need modeling, and you need to understand why, right?
Yeah.
So if you see like, oh, if I do this and I see that there is a clear result from this, then I'll keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not so that we can conform to society in any way. It's literally all like just match everyone else and how they think. But it's just so like, hey, like this is something I've struggled with most of my life because no one just showed me the basic task of going up to someone and saying a sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of class in school where it teaches you like the fundamentals of life.
I think so.
Like going from literally how to brush your teeth properly.
Yeah.
All the way to this is how you do your taxes. All the way to this is how you, this is what you need to do to your washing machine to keep your washing machine clean. Do you think I had any idea that I had to clean my washing machine?
No.
It washes.
Yeah.
It should wash itself. But no, you have to do it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You need like a life class.
100%. I feel like even for school, for example, right? It's all well and good for like a teacher to say, okay, now you guys have to go and study this, or your parents to be like, have you done your homework? Are you like, are you studying? And then it's like, if no one's taught me the process of how to study, then I'm just left there to my own devices to be like, okay, I don't know. Like, and then, and for me, it was literally like, I don't know how to do this. So like, what am I meant to do? I'm meant to just read what I'm guessing my way through it. I don't know what the steps are. And I'm very much someone that's set in, I need to mentally process what steps I'm going to have to do before I can physically do the steps.
Yeah.
So if no one's given me the steps, then I can't do that. And then I can't start the task.
Like if you look at it from the other way, right? I'm guessing the whole point of them, whoever they are, the man.
Yeah. The
man. The whole point of them not over explaining everything, I suppose, is that it allows us to figure out things for ourselves. It allows
100%.
us to have critical thinking.
Yeah.
And being like, you know, I don't know, if my clothes get dirty, they need to wash it. I'm just giving you a shitty example, right? But I guess it allows us for creative thinking, but I don't think that works with every single child that comes up.
No, I don't think so either. Honestly, even small things, right? Like I've worked in a few kindergartens the last couple of years. And something I've noticed is that even as simple as this, like when a kid is like 2, 3 years old, even 4, and someone is directing them to do something that they're expecting the kid to just magically know what that means.
Yeah.
Saying, you have to press that button.
Yeah.
The kid doesn't know what a button is. It doesn't know what press means. It doesn't know what anything is.
Yeah.
And if you're not physically showing them the action, how are you expecting them to know? There's so many scenarios where I'm watching adults or parents or educators literally just direct something but not explain something and not like give understanding to something.
And then
I think
then they get frustrated when the kid doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where my head was at. It's like what that conversation I was having with my mum was more like, you gave me a bunch of direction, but you never
actually showed
you told me how to do a bunch of stuff, but you didn't teach me how to do a bunch of stuff. Telling me versus teaching me is so entirely different. Like giving an instruction versus being shown the actual process of doing something. And like, yes, I agree, like critical thinking, there's got to be an element of natural critical thinking, but also, how can you even begin to think if you don't know what you're talking about?
I get it. If it's something you've never done on your own before, how are you expected to just know how to do it?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I guess normal everyday things. It is the normal everyday things that bother me that I still don't get.
Yeah.
One of them is like defrosting meat.
Oh yeah,
it scares me. I don't know what scares me.
Terrified.
Like it's gonna like haunt me while I take it out of the freezer.
Yeah.
It's more like I'm terrified of food poisoning. We've discussed this. I'm terrified of food poisoning. So when I defrost meat, I'm like, am I doing it the right way? I don't know. Am I gonna kill us all? I don't know. I'd rather just not have to defrost meat.
Yeah,
I'd rather just buy it fresh and eat it that day.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just too many steps. There's too many steps.
It's too hard. It's too hard. And you know, when you defrost meat, it doesn't look the same. It goes like kind of grey. Is that meant to happen? I don't know.
Dude, I don't know either, man. I don't know. There's so many things. Like, even me, like, one of the things that, like, I've struggled with continuously, and it's gotten to the point where I'm too embarrassed to ask someone else how I'm supposed to do it.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah, like, I just don't know. Is putting petrol in my car, right? I hate
putting petrol.
I know how to do it, right? Technically I'm doing it every week, right? But something about the process of it is me thinking, am I meant to be doing it on this angle? How do I know? Is it like, there's so many, while I'm almost every single time I've done, and I've been driving for over a decade now, I'm second guessing if this is the correct way because no one's physically told me what the purpose.
This is what you do.
Yeah. So every time, even though I'm doing it, it's just still a task where in my head I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing this quite right.
Yeah. And putting petrol is a really funny one. It's funny that you said that because I kind of feel the same. I have a hard time. I'm terrified of the pump.
Me, I don't know why. Same. I don't know why.
Okay, I just am. I'm scared that I'm gonna drop petrol everywhere, and they're gonna have to call the fire brigade.
Same. Because I watch Zoolander so often, it's like I think that movie has petrified me of petrol. Like,
yeah, it's really bad.
It's so bad.
It's really, 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 really bad.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is a big one. Okay, I don't know how to change a tire.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know either.
But no one in my life has said, I need to teach you how to change a tire.
No, neither, actually.
So, in this case, I'm just... Look, I don't want to be like, I'm a girl. But what if I one day get stuck somewhere and I'm by myself and I have no reception? I am screwed. And I've said to my older brother and I've said to my dad and I've said to my husband, please teach me how to change a tire. But it's never like, we've never had the time or we've never like said, this is the right time for you to learn how to change a tire.
Now is the time.
That is something you should be learning in school or it should be part of getting your license.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. It should be part of getting your license. 100%. I think... Even when it comes down to like this, okay, this is another thing I was thinking from things that should be taught in school or taught at home in an And I think more so with parenting now, it is taught
Yeah.
a lot more. Like it's more a conscious effort from a millennial parent to a child versus maybe our Gen X parents, right? Teaching a kid how to say sorry and what that means.
Yes.
Apologizing, right? Because saying, I think when we were growing up, it was like, make sure you say sorry to your sister. And I'd be like, sorry.
Yeah,
and then
and it was meaningless.
It was meaningless, and it doesn't, and that leads to people that are in relationships with each other now that are millennials or Gen Zs right now that like are with a partner that doesn't know how to validate them or how to apologize effectively, and they're still just saying sorry that same way because they never were taught.
They just know that's what to say.
Yeah, that's what to say, but they don't know that there's a purpose to it and that there's an actual thought process that you should have when you apologize.
Yeah.
And I feel like things like that, like, or how to regulate, how to self-soothe should be a class. Like, how to self-soothe. Like, we should be focused so much on how to, like, instead of just constantly telling your kid or a child in the class, like, be quiet, calm down. It's like, how are they meant to know how to do that? How am I can't even still do that sometimes, and I'm a 31-year-old woman.
I understand that. Like, that is something that I'm having to deal with my son all the time, because I am going out of my way to try to teach him how to self-soothe, and I'm going out of my way to try and teach him how to be sorry and mean it.
Yeah.
Right? But the sorry one, different story. But when it comes to the self-soothing, I realize when I'm trying to teach him how to self-soothe that I don't know how. So I'm like, breathe! And I'm like, wait a second, I need to breathe! You know?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, go count to 10. Count sheep. And I'm like, wait, no, that's for sleeping. Wait, and I'm like, go into the bathroom and count how many tiles there are. And I'm like, trying to figure out how to teach you how to self-soothe, but I don't know how.
Yeah. Because even though we know technically, like, you're meant to breathe, or you're meant to, like, point out the 5 senses of something to, like, relax yourself during a anxiety attack. It's like, I still don't think that works. Like, I don't know. It's really hard. Like, I really think that, like, yeah, definitely in schools there should be, or in the work, as a kid, you should be learning that consistently, I think, the whole of your childhood and into adolescence.
Yeah, I think there just needs to be, like, a well-being class.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
A well-being class.
Another thing, I had, like, a list of things that I'm like, I'm too embarrassed to ask people how, like, what these are, because it's,
I totally get it. You know, the defrosting meat thing, the desperation I have to call my mother-in-law and be like, how do I do this? But I've been married for so long.
Yeah, that is like gone too long. And then she's like, wait. You've been married to my son for this long, and you still don't know.
Oh.
Like,
it's so bad.
Dude, that's how I feel. Dude, parallel parking. I technically, I guess every time. Because it was never in my test either. Like, for some reason, my test never had it come up. So I'm just like, I think I've heard people say you line this thing up, but I don't know. And when I'm doing it, I'm just in and out every time. I'm like, so I avoid. I don't reverse park. I have a tiny car, so I don't really need to.
Yeah.
But like, I can't reverse park.
Yeah.
This is going to sound so stupid. I can't wink with one eye. Like, I don't know how. It's bothersome. Am I meant to? I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
You look like you're twitching.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm
right, guys?
Yeah.
That's you.
How to wrap a present. Like, I struggle with how to wrap a present. I've got my mum to show me so many times that now I've asked too many times that if I ask again, it's just ridiculous and I can't ask someone else.
So what are you struggling with when it comes to wrapping a present?
When I wrap a present, it doesn't...
Yeah, but could it be that you're just not talented at wrapping presents?
Probably that.
Not that you don't know how to wrap a present, but you have no talent in that area.
I have no talent in that area.
Okay.
I'm talented in other ways.
Oh, you are very talented. You are very talented.
Perhaps.
But you wouldn't win a present wrapping competition.
No, but I think origami maybe. But then are they not the same? No, I wouldn't win origami. I don't know why I'm pretending.
I was going to say, you origami?
No. Okay, the next thing
tell me.
Is I'm so embarrassed.
Don't, Elle, this is a safe space.
What bin are things meant to go in? Aside from, like, I know what recycling technically means, but to this day, I actually, every single time I have to go to a bin to know what I'm meant to put something in, I don't know which one it's meant to go in. I don't know if it's meant to go in the red bin or the yellow bin. I don't know if it's meant to go in the green bin. And I know they've got pictures to explain to you what is meant to go in each bin, but sometimes I still second guess, and And I don't
A lot
know.
of second guessing.
I second guess everything. And in some cities in Europe that I've been to, it's a bit more clear because there's like 5 or 6 bins and it's just one thing for each bin. Like this bin is just glass, this bin is just... and it makes total sense.
Yeah.
But like, for example...
Tell me.
If I buy meat, right?
Yeah.
And it's on that plastic tray thing or a foam tray.
Yep.
And then it has the plastic Glad wrap thing on top.
Yep.
But it has the juices of the meat still sort of in it.
Right.
What bin does that go in? Just the rubbish bin? Or does it... And then what is foam? Is foam meant to go in recycling or is foam meant to go in the other bin?
I will say this, which may
what is
help
meant to go
you.
into?
It may help you in your future endeavors.
Yes.
But each bit of packaging tells you how to dispose of it.
But sometimes it doesn't.
When
And
it
you
comes
know
to
I
meat-
can't read. I can't.
Oh no! Oh no! No one taught her how to read.
I skipped past that one. But it's true. No one taught me, and this is just like it's literally ruined my life.
You fell through the cracks of the system.
I did.
No, I think when it comes to food products, they generally tell you how to dispose. Like, for example, the other day I bought grapes and I had a cardboard. It was sitting in cardboard, but had like a plastic top. And I'm like, what do I do with the plastic top? I obviously knew that the cardboard is recycling. I read the packaging and it said you can also recycle the top.
Oh.
So I put it all in recycling.
Yeah. My attention span to things is like I'm literally just too overwhelmed to look at things.
Yeah.
And maybe the food one might have those things, but sometimes there's just other things and they don't say what it is. And I just, or if it's too much.
Yeah, but now, Elle, I have taught you to always read the packaging because it will suggest to you what to do.
I'll give it a shot.
See? Consider me your teacher. Right?
Yeah, thank you, please.
And this is how you wink. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just look very unnatural.
I think that's what it is. It's that, yes, I can do everything. I can put the petrol into the car.
Yes.
But it feels
unnatural.
Feels unnatural and it feels like it shouldn't feel this difficult to hold.
Maybe you have weak muscles.
No, I showed you my muscles before the episode. Come on.
How despicable
My guns.
of me to say. You do have guns. I apologize. I apologize for that. Maybe you're uncoordinated.
Uncoordinated?
Yeah.
God.
Just saying.
I actually know what? I think that may be the worst insult I've ever had.
Why?
Because being uncoordinated means you can't dance, you can't sing, you can't, you have no flow.
You can't sing?
No, I'm saying it's just all coordination. You can't flow, you can't.
Yeah, but we've discussed that we're stiff as a board.
No,
that
I know,
you don't
but
know how to
think
recycle.
I'm stiff as a board, and yes, I'm very tense, right? But I feel like I have some coordination. I can catch and throw a ball, but then sometimes if I'm nervous, I can't. But I was like,
sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry that I said that to
No,
you.
it's okay.
I didn't realise it was going to be such an insult. I say that I myself am uncoordinated all the time.
You know
if
what
that
I
makes you
think
feel
it is?
better.
I think it feels like an insult, because
Because you just want to dance?
Yeah, I do just want to dance, but also because I find it so attractive when someone is coordinated, and maybe it's because I lack it. But I think it's maybe one of the top
what you're
things.
lacking.
Yeah, it's one of the top things. Like if someone can dance really well, I blow.
See?
Goddamn.
I'm joking.
But yeah, if someone can move really well with their body, I find it so attractive. Dancing wise, even just the way someone their essence as they walk, right?
Hang on.
And now I'm thinking about it, I am very uncoordinated. It's not so much uncoordinated, it's more just rigid. I'm just
hang on. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT quickly.
yeah.
What does it mean when you're uncoordinated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does it mean... And can it be teached? Interesting.
Taught.
Oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. Can it be teached?
Can it be
Teached? Surely teached is a word.
It's a word.
Okay, I'm asking it next. Okay, what does it mean to be unemployed? I already know that. Mm-hmm. How do you spell coordinated? How do you spell coordinated?
COOR.
Oh!
Coordinated. Cooperative.
Here we go. Fucking hell, I need to go back to school. Being uncoordinated means having difficulty controlling your body movements smoothly and accurately. It's basically when your brain and muscles aren't working together.
God, the word smoothly feels like an insult because that's how I feel, that I'm not smooth.
Okay. You trip or bump into things more often. Yes. You dropped objects easily.
I don't drop things easily, but I do trip it. I literally fell just before.
Oh, you did. And you were like,
I fell slow motion.
It was so slow. It was like watching an old lady fall.
Yeah, it was.
You find sports difficult?
No, I'm pretty good with sports.
I will wait for you to prove that to me. I think seeing is believing in this circumstance. I have never seen you do any sort of sport.
I played soccer for like 7 years.
I know, but I didn't see it. I would like to go and kick a ball with you one day and see your skills.
Do you know what it is? I have the skill, right? But because of how I hold my body, everything looks awkward. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
Yeah, like everything just, it's unfortunately my intensity with my traps are like, or me like this just makes everything else, you can't focus on any skill I have in any other department. Like no one can focus on any other skill because they're focusing on the fact that I'm like the whole time. And for those just listening, my face was just like
Paul McCartney's face.
Yeah. Yes, my Paul McCartney face.
Oh my God. Well, okay, what was my next question? Is teached a word?
Teached.
Please tell me it's a word.
Yeah, but in that context.
I don't think it is. Because it keeps correcting me. Damn it, there is not a word. Teached, taught. God damn it. Oh my God, you can tell I haven't read a book in a little while. This is why you shouldn't do just audiobooks. You need to read.
Yeah. Rub it in, Nell. Rub it in.
Sorry. Yeah, but at least you knew that it was taught, not teach.
Yes,
God
true.
Damn it, I'm embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Sort of to wrap this up is sort of like, I think that my main point of this was that it's, regardless of me eventually working things out or having TikTok or to like learn little things that I didn't realize, or YouTube, or having music to help me learn how to self-soothe or regulate through like those art forms, right? The lasting impact it has sort of been where it's created a world where I've sort of avoided tasks before because they felt overwhelming. Avoided starting something because I didn't know exactly how to do it, to know all the steps. So it kind of created this like perfectionism in a way that wasn't perfectionism, where it's sort of like, I just won't start it because I don't know how to do it perfectly, and then there's no point doing it.
Right.
Which I guess is perfectionism.
So you're not the kind of person that's like learn as you go type thing.
I think I am, but when it's something that like I'm really like out of my depths in, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to even attempt, because I know that like I'm going to have to ask questions. And then I think that's the other thing. It's like, I'll constantly be like, I've found that as a person, if I'm second guessing myself about something, I'm constantly asking the other people around me, am I doing this right? Like, are you sure I'm doing this right? Are you sure I'm doing this right? And it's that second guessing of if I'm doing things the right way that has sort of still haunted me up for a while. And it's created this sense of like anxiety about being watched or judged while doing a task. And I think that is the biggest thing that's followed me since a kid was being, I think that's part of the reason why I'm so fearful of being, or I was so fearful of being seen, is because I felt like to be seen was to be perceived and to be judged for how poorly I was executing a task. And so like anytime I had to like answer a question, I was like, oh, I didn't really understand this topic at all, but I don't want to ask the teacher that I don't want to tell the teacher that I don't understand this topic, or I don't want to tell my auntie that I don't understand what she's saying, because I feel I get told off if someone has to repeat things a few too many times. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep it to myself. And it's like living in silence with your questions, and like all your curiosity is like left to be within you. I feel like it taught me to like, okay, like you might not understand this, but like you can't really ask anyone anymore, so you just keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think that is perhaps a product of like the generation that raised us.
Yeah.
You know, not really being allowed to repeat, like ask again, because I know with my mum, it would have been like, sorry, mum, how do I do this again? And she'll be like, I'll just do it. And she would crack it
Yeah.
at me if I didn't understand something, which I guess makes a lot of sense as to why I struggle to ask for help these days. Like even teachers, right? Like you were scared to talk about, you didn't understand the topic. That's frustrating that you didn't feel comfortable asking her, because that's her whole fucking job.
Yeah.
Is to teach you. And that is the job of a parent.
Yeah.
To teach our kids how to manage life.
Yeah.
Through simple tasks like brushing our teeth and washing our hair, to life and providing wisdom for our kids. So it's frustrating when the people before us didn't, fulfill the mark entirely.
Exactly. And I think it leads to you as a kid, as you grow up and become an adult, it leads to you feeling like it's a personal failure.
Yeah.
And you can, but then it's like to try and like twist that kind of, it's like it really wasn't a personal failure the whole time. It wasn't anyone else's fault entirely either. Like they were just probably trying to manage the best way they knew how. Like what we just said before, like how it's hard to teach someone how to self-soothe when you don't know how to self-soothe, for example, right? The one positive of this kind of situation is like now you get to kind of like build your own systems. You get to like change that for if you want to.
Exactly.
If you have to interact with someone that doesn't know something. But it is very hard to grieve the years where you spent in your own head, like judging yourself for not getting it,
Yeah, I understand. But it also provides us, like what you were just saying, it provides us the opportunity to teach ourselves and be proud that we were able to teach ourselves something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you see a child that's not responding, like is responding in the same way you did, you have the opportunity to shape the future here.
Yeah, 100%.
And teach your kids or a niece or nephew or whoever kid is close to you how to do things properly, so that you know that they're going to go through life feeling comfortable with that knowledge and that idea of how to do things.
100%. Honestly.
So it gives us a chance to improve and become who we want to be, in a sense.
I couldn't agree more. Honestly, like, and that's how this whole conversation piece sort of started, was my younger sister right now, like the last few months telling me like, hey, I don't know how to read a clock before I go into high school.
Yeah.
And it was like an opportunity where I got to be like, hey, like, I want to show you how, like, let me sit here. Like, you can ask me any of these questions and you can ask me 100 times. And don't care how many times you ask me, I will go through it with you until we kind of work it out together in whatever way you need to like learn from it. Having my sister that's like now 13, and like the other week, so she started high school and we were on the phone, and it was just like those little bits of the conversation where I could be like, oh yeah, like I know what it feels like when the other kids are talking about this stuff, like, like, and just being able to have those kind of conversations and like relate to her, because I know so deeply how it would feel. Yeah. So now I get to just be a little piece of like her puzzle and like be like, you know what? Actually, like it's a simple answer of how to get your hair to look that curly. Yeah. Like this. It's a simple, and sometimes it is as simple as something so superficial like that about your hair, or how to get your eyeliner to look that way. Yeah. Because when you're a kid, that matters, because you're comparing yourself to every other kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially these days. Mm.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when we were kids, I think honestly, even like she's way more confident than I ever was at her age.
Yeah,
like
true.
I think I think that there's less judgment from her social circles than what there was when I was a kid and what I was hearing when I was a kid. I feel like because we had social media also, or like we had media also telling us that we had to be a certain way, on top of everyone at school telling us and our homes telling us to be a certain way, like there was this more internal struggle that we all kind of dealt with. And that was it. We just dealt with it. We never asked questions. We didn't have somewhere to like seek out an answer, like kids today have TikTok to seek out an answer that we're only discovering as adults. Yeah, I do agree with you that I think that there is a generational aspect of that, and the generation that taught us. Yeah,
there has to be.
Yeah.
All right, Al. That was a great conversation.
I think so.
I loved it.
Me too.
It was very good. We delved deep into the human mind and our parents before us.
Yes.
It was very good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We really hope you enjoyed that episode and related to us in some way. I'm sure there's hopefully someone else out there that feels like, oh shit, I'm too embarrassed to admit that I'm 30 and don't know how to do this.
Yeah, don't know how to defrost a chicken.
It scares the shit out of me.
I honestly,
even just dealing with chicken is scary.
Dude, dealing with things and putting things in microwaves freaks me. It's a whole topic for another day.
It's a whole other thing. It's a whole other thing, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. If you want to reach out to us about a topic or want to be on our show because you're an up-and-coming musician or you feel like you have something really important to say, reach out to us on the DMs on the Instagram.
The DM.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next
See you
week.
then.
All right, now goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.